Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Let's take a minute and feel on each other. Okay, right now, everybody just be energetically, just feel on each other right now. No hands allowed. That's the advanced class. We're not ready for the advanced class today. We'll be doing good to just energetically feel on each other without freaking out. So let's not try to take more than we can handle in one day. So everybody, let's just take a minute to feel on everybody around you. Just really get that you're not alone sitting up in this room. And look around the room and just see how cute everybody is. You know what I'm saying? Now, you think you're looking at the person, but you're not really looking at the person. You're looking at their temporary communication device. And some of us get really lost in our communication devices. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
We're so lost in our communication device that we now think our communication device is us. Now you think you are your body. You know, we're so identified with our bodies that now we think we are our bodies. And we've forgotten that we're infinite consciousness, infinite mind. You know, it's like that we're these unlimited beings, but we forget it. And before we know it, we're worried about MasterCard.
Since you don't care about yours, can I borrow yours?
Well, think about it. I didn't say that. I just know about my credit card.
I'll give her some of your bills.
No, I didn't say that. My point is that you are not these juicy communication devices that you're inhabiting. So I'd like for you to, those who feel like doing it, that's the only rule in my class is I only want you to do what you feel like doing. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Is that cool with everybody?
Yeah.
So that means if I suggest like saying something out loud and you don't feel like it, then just let yourself, cool out, chill. But those who feel like doing it, I want us to put some juice and some energy and some enthusiasm in it because we feel like doing it. And it's not that either way it's better. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so those of you who don't mind, I want you to just imagine that there may be something in your life right now that's disturbing you. Okay, can everybody here come up with at least one thing they think is disturbing you? Everybody got one? The thing that you, when you think about, then you don't feel peace. It scares you some kind of way. You got it? Okay. Now I want you to turn your awareness away from what you think is causing you the disturbance. I think the argument I had with my mother-in-law this morning is causing me a disturbance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn away from what I think is causing the disturbance. In other words, I'm going to turn away from the idea that it is my mother-in-law that's causing my disturbance. That's turning away from it. Everybody with me on that? Yeah. You think it's that situation that's disturbing you. So right now what you're going to do is you're going to turn your attention away from what you think is disturbing you and say this out loud, those who feel like saying it. I am the source of my experience.
I am the source of my experience.
And then take a deep breath after you said it. Ooh, could y'all feel the vibration of that? Okay, we'll say it again. I am the source of my experience. Who is?
I am the source of my experience.
Okay. I am feeling disturbed.
I am feeling disturbed.
Those of you who feel disturbed, would you please say it, please? I am feeling disturbed. And if you really want to take it to the next axiom of power, go, damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Okay, let's say that together, please. I am feeling disturbed.
Damn it.
Didn't that feel good? Especially the damn it part, because you're not supposed to say damn it in church. Don't you just love breaking the rules? Don't you just love breaking the rules of fear? I love breaking the rules of fear, the rules of separation, the rules that make me think that you all are actually separate and different from me. I'm so thankful to be here with you.
Thank you.
I swear.
Yeah.
I don't trust none of you. But I'm glad y'all here.
Yeah.
I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nothing. If I be honest with myself, I don't really know what trusting anything 100% is. I don't. I know. I don't know. It might be a part of me to trust everybody, but so far it hasn't been my advisor. And I know that the trust in me for everybody in here lies underneath me admitting that and not pretending that I don't feel that way and thinking that that makes me on a higher level of consciousness because I'm pretending like I trust everybody. So if I'm disturbed, I need to realize that I feel innocent. You know what? I want to trust everyone in here. I can say that in total confidence. I want to trust everyone in here. But I don't. Because I don't trust myself yet. So I can't trust you any more than I trust me. And I know I have trust issues with myself. I'm in therapy with myself right now. And my self-charge is a lot. I got a pretty big bill for myself just the other day. Myself put a collection agency out on me. That's cold, ain't it? That's cold. I couldn't even pay myself back. Myself sued me. It's tragic. It's tragic, man. So I am feeling disturbed. Let's say it. I am feeling disturbed.
Damn it.
Damn it. You all get the gold stars. What is it in me?
What is it?
What is it in me?
You were right. I wasn't finished. You could feel it. That's because we connected. You notice that? You could tell. You could tell I wasn't finished. But then possible, maybe he is. But your real self knew I wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, because I am your real self. I am your dark side. Look at me and love your dark side. Your little chocolate dark side. Y'all like that dark side? I like it.
Like chocolate.
You like chocolate? Yeah, I'm so glad.
I know.
You can always tell when people begin to trust each other because they stop censoring what they say. And they're not thinking about the reaction of others to what they're about to say. When you really trust somebody, you say anything to them. Anything. You don't stop. It's not any kind of a, I'm going to consider whether I should say this with somebody that you truly trust and feel safe with. Somebody you truly trust and feel safe with, you don't have any private thoughts because you can, you feel like with them you feel totally innocent to express yourself. I'm glad I know what love isn't. Because that's what's helping me recognize what love is. I'm so glad I stopped seeking for love. And I started seeking for what wasn't love. I learned fear wasn't love. I learned anger wasn't love. I learned attack wasn't love. I learned guilt wasn't love. I learned possession wasn't love. I learned limitation wasn't love. I learned exclusion wasn't love. And all of a sudden I understood why I had been experiencing pain in my life. I was experiencing pain in my life because I was always doing what wasn't love. All of a sudden it didn't seem like a mystery as to why I felt like crap sometimes. If I'm doing what wasn't love, I got to experience something that's different. So as long as we don't love each other, we're requesting the different. The different from love. I'm tired of that. I am feeling disturbed by what I just said. I think I applied my exercise to my own talk. I am feeling disturbed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? Would you say that, please? What is it in me that needs to be healed? In who? In me. What is it in me that needs to be healed? Okay, here's the whole thing. I'm upset with that person. I'm upset with this situation that's going on right now. So the first thing I do is turn my attention away from what I think is disturbing me. I know it looks like my kid is disturbing me right now, but just for a second, I'm going to suspend that judgment that it's my kid that's upsetting me right now. I'm just going to turn my attention away from that idea. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm really upset, I'm going to say, I am the source of my experience. I'm feeling disturbed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I am the source of my experience. I'm feeling disturbed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I am the source of my, see, I thought it was you, but really, I am the source of my experience. I am disturbed. what is it in me that needs to be healed? See, when you get to the point that when you're mad, you go there, that's when you know your mind is actually changed. But if you get mad and you go back to, what did they do to me? It's their fault. Then your mind hasn't changed. So you have to ask yourself, what is my default setting? What's the setting that I fall back to the minute I get upset about something and I go unconscious? That's my real belief system. That's deep. So I am the source of my experience. I'm feeling disturbed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I am the source of my experience. I'm feeling angry. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I am the source of my experience. I'm feeling jealous. I'm feeling jealous. I'm feeling jealous. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I am the source of my experience. I am feeling depressed. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling depressed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I just lost my temper. I am the source of my experience. I am feeling disturbed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? When you get to the point that that's how you respond when any kind of disturbance happens, that's when you know you're on the verge of having total peace and bliss forever.
All right.
See, we got to know if we're making progress, right? We need to have some signposts to let us know if we're making progress. So one of the signposts is when you go to that kind of thought, when you get upset, you know you must be changing your mind. I think I'm upset at my boss. I'm going to turn my attention away from that thought just for a minute. I'm the one that's the source of my experience, and I'm really feeling upset with my boss. So what is it in me that needs to be healed? I'm feeling upset with my parents. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I'm feeling upset about my financial situation. What is it in me that needs to be healed? My relationship is really not giving me the peace I'd like to have. What is it in me that needs to be healed? What is it in me that needs to be healed? What is it in me that needs to be healed? What is it in me that needs to be healed? What is it in me that needs to be? I want to go upside your head. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I'm about to smack you. What is it in me that needs to be healed? You can picture that? You get ready to get in a fight with somebody. I'm feeling disturbed. I'm the source of my experience. What is it in me that needs to be healed? And the fight would never happen. The fight would never happen. Because all of a sudden there's no enemy, there's no adversary, there's nobody to get. Because you say, what is it in me that needs to be healed? Then your enemies evaporate. If you haven't seen anything until you've seen an evaporating enemy. That's some cool stuff. Some fear that evaporates. Something, like I've been feeling more and more love want to ooze through me. And I really haven't known what to do with it. And sometimes it takes the form of me thinking I'm irritated. Because there's more love I want to give than I think I'm able to. So it irritates me. Because I want to connect deeper than it seems like I can connect sometimes. It seems like I want to go beyond superficial levels of conversation and focusing and go beneath that to who we really are just for a little while. It's like I want to say, I know this is a play and we're all taking it seriously, but would y'all be willing to take a 15-minute break and let's all remember the truth of who we really are? And we know we're the ones that's creating all this, and this is our play, and this is our drama, and we're not the victims of anything that's happened to us. This was supposed to be one of the most stupendous high school productions that any children God have ever done. What's up, gang? You think you're the actors in the role. You think you're the actors. You're not the actors. You're the one. You the one that made the actors up. So you feeling disturbed. You want to get out of it? Tell yourself, I'm feeling disturbed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I'm broke. What is it in me that needs to be healed? What is it in me that needs to be healed? What is it in me that it's like, what is it? So then the question is, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? Yeah. Do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? That's what it boils down to, all right? It's like, for me to ask, who is it in me that needs to be healed is the right way that would make me happy. So I say I want to be happy, but I don't want to do what it takes to get it. That's what I found about myself. I wanted to be happy, but I wanted to have it my way. Everything's got to be my way.
Had a few.
You know what I'm saying?
Mentioned.
And I finally learned that this is my way. This is our way. It's the path of love. We were born to be conduits for love to get through, but your hoses are twisted.
I beg your pardon.
And so, since your hose is twisted, the love can't get through because it's being blocked. And what's twisted in the truth is telling us is our fear of each other, our fear of ourselves, our believing that we're separate from each other and different from each other. We all just have the same feelings at different times. We're all just having the same feelings at different times. And then we use that to convince ourselves that we're different because we're feeling the same thing at different times. We're just alike, all of us. Everybody in here has been constipated at least once. At least once. And you're not enlightened until you feel innocent about constipation.
Is that going to be on the air?
And it's going to attract the coolest audience I could ever want.
Yeah.
When you're yourself completely, you always draw the people to you who love you the way you are. That's the only way to ever meet them. You can't hide who you are. As you meet somebody, you have to keep impersonating somebody else to be with them. And so we end up in all these impersonator relationships where you're acting like you think you should, but it's not really the way you are at all.
That's good.
And then you have to keep being that way because you got them under false pretenses, so they're expecting you to keep your false pretense going. Takes a lot of energy to pretend to be something you're not all the time. And then also go to the cleaners. So we're going to say that, those of us who are ready to say that, and then those of us who are ready to listen well, you listen well. Okay? You with me on that? I'm gonna do it a minute first, and then we're gonna go into it. Okay?
Okay.
Because it's actually doing it that makes the difference. You know what I mean? That's what's cool about this, and we can have fun with it if you like.
I'd like. Go ahead.
How many of you have some feeling deep down inside that you know there's more to all of this than what it looks like? Anybody raise their hand? Anybody feels that way? Just something in you knows this is, we're not seeing the full picture here. There's something else going on, because if what we see is all that God created, we'd have to pretty much assume there is no God, or God is totally insane. That'd be our two choices. Either there is no God, or God is crazy as hell to have created a world where things seem to attack itself
Right.
and hurt itself, and
Right.
and all the stuff that we do when we're not hiking. So I'm going to vote that maybe we're the ones that's not seeing it correct, and there's another way to look at this that would be a blessing to all of us, because what loves us would never put us in a situation that wouldn't benefit us somehow if we looked at it correctly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Something that loves you is not going to put you in situations that you're always miserable in, so that you can miserable your way to love.
Right.
Miserable.
That's good.
I'm tired of trying to miserable my way to love. So here we go. So I'm gonna say this stuff. So a spirit says it, I'm gonna do it. That's what I do now. Even if I don't believe it, even if I don't think it's true, I just do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I show spirit. And I like music. I am the source of my experience.
We're supposed to say it.
Not yet.
No, he's going to do this.
Because I want to get the enthusiasm that I like to see coming out of people. I am the source of my experience. I'm feeling disturbed. 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 What is it in me that needs to be healed? Now check that out. It's different from I'm the source of my experience. I am feeling disturbed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? I am the source of my experience. 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 I am the source of my experience, and I am feeling disturbed. I'm feeling disturbed. I'm feeling disturbed, damn it.
Disturbed, damn it.
needs to be healed. Thank you very much. Some of y'all can give me some acknowledgement. That's okay. I like that. Thank you. Don't you think I was on my edge to do that? Don't you think that took some trust for me to just let myself go like that? You think that was like, oh, I'll just do that? No. Whenever I put myself out there, I try not to put myself out there until I realize it doesn't matter what the response is. Or I'll never reveal myself to people as long as I care how they respond to me. They'll never see who I really am as long as I care how they respond to me. And I care too much about how people respond to me. The effect of my words upon others, the effect of my actions upon others. I find out a lot of times that my biggest crime in life is simply wanting to be myself and live my life the way I want to. And I'm accused of being selfish for that. That's crazy. Whew. I'm so glad I'm letting go of those kind of limiting beliefs, but it's scary too.
It is. Yeah.
Telling you. Woo. But it's so much fun.
That was fun.
You have some really cool stuff happen that you don't even expect. I was out last night. I was at listening to one of my favorite bands named Motet. And I always have interesting things happen to me when I'm in clubs and I practice the truth. Like I'll just ask spirits. Like a lot of times if I go into a place, and I love music, and also sometimes I go there and I like to have some company. I like to have somebody to really like hang with me in the evening, you know. And so I have this thing I run down to myself. I go in and I sit down, and the first thing I do is I look at the entire crowd and I bless everybody in the room. I got to see all of them is innocent, and what they're doing is innocent, and that they're innocent. So I just cover the whole place. I'm sitting there looking like a cool black dude at a table. Now, and then I have to go through my male ego thing, because you know that part of that male ego that I learned to want to get women. You know, the male ego part is I want to get that woman, and I want to get that woman's body, and if this night goes really well, I'll go to bed with somebody tonight. Have you ever had a thought like that? Anybody's ever had a thought like that? Would you please raise your hand so I won't feel guilty? Okay, don't leave me out here by myself. That's cold. That's cold stuff. Don't leave me out there by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned as I begin to awaken that the only person I can manipulate is myself, because there's nobody else but me. So it kind of blew the whole manipulation thing. Okay. So then, and this is applying the truth. So I said, Holy Spirit, which is what I call the higher self, the Holy Spirit, I say, take away any desire I have to get, seduce, or manipulate. And I say, that's got to go. My seduce button, keep it clicked off. My get button, keep it flicked off. My manipulation button, cut it off now. Now, so I'm sitting there. This is a conscious process that I go through. Because I realized a long time ago, if you don't never apply none of this stuff that you read, it won't seem to work. Who would have guessed? So I did that, and then I would close my eyes, and then this is the main part. I say, Holy Spirit, you know who in this room would be completely compatible with me, and my energy would be perfect for them, and theirs would be perfect for me, in order for us to really join and connect and have fun and recognize love and recognize truth tonight, right now. I go through that process. I don't know if that's what everybody else is doing at their tables, but that's what I'm doing. And several times, and I'm not lying to you, I would close my eyes, and I would get through saying that, and I would open my eyes, and it would be a woman standing in front of me, because that's what I was asking. That's the form I was asking for. You know, but it's okay if you could have been asking for the same sex. That would be cool too. All right, because love doesn't have a body. Okay, so. Pow! I opened my eyes, and there she was. She was standing right in front of me. And you know what she said to me? I noticed you, it just sounded like you felt really, really safe to come over and connect with. Man, if I sit down with you?
Nice. That's very nice.
I'm telling you. And then I had to keep that goal of having no agenda for the rest of the evening, which made it really powerful, because At no point could I go into seduce, manipulate, or get. For one thing, I noticed everybody that I've ever done that with, and it appeared, I repeat, it appeared as if I had been successful, was always the ones who were the maniacs. Now, I noticed there was a connection between my personal choices and the maniacs. Somehow I had made that connection that I was the common denominator in all my relationships. I thought they had just all got on the phone and talked to each other before I got with them. So what I'm saying is, if that had not happened, I would have had to been just as at peace with myself as if that had happened. Because I shouldn't ask for anything that I would give my peace away if I didn't have. Because anything that I asked for that I would give my peace away if I didn't have it is an idol. That's an idol. You want to know what your idol is? It's anything you put before your peace. That's your idol. And idols always fall because they're not based on anything that's real. That's why they shatter.
Sure, yeah.
You know, and you can always tell, like if you're in a relationship and you find yourself crying because of the apparent loss of it, the only thing that's happened is an idol has fallen. Something that really wasn't what was taking care of you revealed itself as not being the thing that's really taking care of you. Because ultimately, we've got to only see our relationship with our Creator as being the most important relationship of all, and then all of our worldly relationships will become a reflection of that relationship. That's how you have really cool relationships. I say it again. See, for me, the most important relationship in the world is my relationship with God, which is the relationship with my Creator, which is the relationship with love. That's the one. Now, that's really been an effort on my part, because in the past, what I really valued more than anything was special love relationships, where someone treated me special above everybody else, and it made me feel like I was the most important thing in the world. That's what I wanted. And that's what I always was looking for. So it's interesting for me to say, you know, every time I think I want somebody to substitute God. Or I think I want this, but what I really want is God. I think I want that, but what I really want is God. Because that's the same as saying what I really want is the real deal. I really want the real love. I really want what I can truly depend on. I want what will never let me down. I want what will always be there for me, no matter what. That's what I really want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're saying every time you say, I want God. You're saying, I want that which will never disappoint me, never betray me, never attack me, never hurt me, always nurture me, always guide me, always comfort me. That's what I want. That's what I really want. That's what I thought I was going to get in that special love relationship. It was possible that I could have gotten that in that special love relationship, except that instead of giving each other love, we gave each other a bargain made with guilt. And we made the whole relationship based on keeping bargains that you make each other feel guilty about not doing. So somehow or another we lost track of our purpose. It was supposed to have been a good time. Now I'm stalking you. When did we go awry? And then so when you create that kind of relationship with God, then everything in your outer world reflects that relationship back to you, so that people who are normally even like people you wouldn't like at all, that would be seen as horrible people that you want to judge when you see them, you know those kind of people? When you are in their presence, they will come to you in a loving way. If they don't come their way with nobody else, the worst person in the world will seem like they're cool towards you. It's the trippiest thing you've ever seen.
And stalking school.
You know, it's like all of us, yeah, it's like, and if you really want to be stalked, all you got to do is just ask for it. Say, I want the safest stalker of all. I like the idea of being stalked. It makes me feel kind of special, but I don't want them to mug me. So I'm going to ask for the stalker from God.
Okay.
Okay, now what can I call the stalker from God? I said, well, I'll just call it the Holy Spirit. In other words, I want God to stalk me. Like, no matter where I go, even though God's on the inside and not on the outside, for the sake of this very interesting story, we're going to pretend like God is on the outside of us, just for a minute. I don't know why y'all know God's inside of you, but just for a minute, we pretend like God's outside. And God is stalking you. So every time you get ready to make an error, make a mistake, do something to hurt yourself, God's like behind the bushes correcting it. Because God is stalking you. Every time you get ready to repeat your pattern in a relationship, and you just gave your cell phone number to the worst person of everybody at the party, you know, like you usually do. God will make that person lose your phone number. Because he's stalking you, she's stalking you, she's looking out for you, she's making sure that no matter how much you try to deceive yourself, you'll never successfully do it completely. That's the way it's set up. So therefore, we can play with being, I can play with being black man, Earl Purdy. It's just a role I'm playing so that I can get this message, God can get this message out. It's the same message, somebody else doing this book somewhere else giving the same message. But this is the form that it had to come through for you and for me. We are like perfect match. Everybody in this room is completely compatible with me. How do I know? Because you're sitting here in front of my face, and I'm sitting here in front of your face, and we're all sitting here in front of each other's face. So we're the most just alike bunch of folk that ever landed on a Sunday afternoon. We just all just alike. We go through fear, and we go through what we think of as no fear. We have a little conflict, then we think we have a little peace. We think we loved, and then we think we're not. We think we're okay, but we don't think we're okay. You know what I'm saying? We're just alike. But behind that is the us that created this whole thing to begin with. And so what we're saying is, what is it in me that needs to be healed? The sense that I'm separate from my source. Because if I didn't think I was separate from my source, I wouldn't be afraid of anything, because I would know I would always be safe, because I would become a conduit for that protective energy to come through me out into my environment and be reflected back to me. I say it again, when I get rid of the fear and I want to join with my source, then I don't block that energy coming through me, so that loving energy comes through me no matter what I think about myself. That loving energy comes through me, and then it comes back to me in the form of physical events that are really cool. So that's the advantage of us right now saying, I'm not different from anybody else in this room. I'm not different from anybody else in this room. I'm not different from anybody else in this room. I'm not different from anybody else in this room. I'm not different from anybody else in this room. We are the same. We are the same. We are the same. We are all either expressing love or we calling for it. I want love. I'm either saying, boy, I feel love, or love. I want love. I want love. I don't care what reason you think you break up in a relationship. For instance, this stuff uses relationships a lot, so I talk about relationships. The only reason why you broke up is that somebody was longing for love. That's why you broke up. Somebody was longing for love.
Wow.
That's all. Don't make it any more complex than that. They left, or you left because you were longing for love. That's why they left. That's why you left, because you both were longing for love, and you knew you weren't giving it to each other. Okay, any comments, any questions about anything I've said so far?
Thank you.
Yeah, I gotta ask. I mean, if God is loving and that is friggin' mine, she's not a maniac, right? And God would never put us in a place where there is no love.
Right.
Like we put ourselves there, contrary to God's designs and creation.
Right.
Then how the fuck do we explain slavery, concentration camps, Holocaust, genocide? What are we doing with that?
With all those things were just things that we're using to convince ourselves that it's not true. It's another way to make us, first of all, it's a call for love. That's the first thing anything like that is. It's just a great big call for love. And all those things are the reflection of us playing with the idea that we could possibly be guilty and possibly be separate from God. Anytime you decide to experience yourself as anything other than love, then you got to experience what you think of as things that are not loving. And the Holocaust per se is not loving. It's like, this might make some people mad, but I've gotten to the point, I don't know what's right and I don't know what's wrong and I don't know the reason for anything. So that's one of the things that I understand right now, is that I don't know what's best for anybody in this room. I don't have the slightest idea of what's best for anybody in this room. So I don't know what to judge anymore, because I now realize that I don't know. And so that leaves my mind open to finally be guided, because I'm recognizing now that I don't know. But like, to me, it's to say, where did the Holocaust come from, could be just the same as saying, well, where did my cousin, my husband now come from? Because it's the exact same thing. It's me forgetting for a moment the truth, me forgetting that we're one, me wanting to give myself the experience of what it would feel like to have an argument. That's just another act, that's just another event, that's just another creation. So we don't realize, we judge our creation, so we'll say getting upset with somebody is the worst creation than smiling at them, but the truth is, those are just two events. And what we're doing right now is learning that we're the ones that are creating the events. So therefore, if you want to get out of any situation that's disturbing you, all you have to do is remind yourself you're the source of the experience that you're having, and then ask, and notice it's in question. You know, what is it in me? It wasn't an answer, it ended on a question. What is it in me that needs to be healed? And don't you try to answer that question. That's where the relaxation comes from. The pressure comes from you asking questions and then thinking you're the one that's got to answer it. Then you ask the question and spend all the rest of the day trying to figure out the answer. That's not fun. It would be much better to just ask the question and have the answer given to you. That's the school, I think. Wouldn't that be cool? That if you could just ask the question and have the answer given to you?
Yes.
Would that be cool to just be able to ask the question and have the answer given to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Would that be cool to have just be able to ask the question and have the answer given to you?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Then the issue becomes, how can I recognize it? How can I recognize the answer when it comes? That's what your spiritual path is. That's what studying the books and all that stuff is about. It's about teaching you how to tell the difference between the answer and what's not the answer, so you won't fool yourself no more.
All right.
But the Holocaust, all those things are things that are coming from our sense of separation from each other and our sense of separation from God, and they're coming from fear. All of that came from fear. That's all it came from. It's just all those things were just different forms of fear. And you always feel afraid when you forget that you're loved.
So the miracle is a change in perception.
Right.
And in terms then of looking at the Holocaust and the
Right, you would look at that. You would look at that differently.
Yeah.
You would look at the
You see it
Holocaust
differently.
differently because you realize that it was nothing but, and it's not taken away from any of the feelings and stuff that people have about things like that. But anything that happens that we perceive as a tragedy in the world is just an extreme teaching example. It's an extreme example of why we should choose for love and how we should choose for love, because that's what everything is.
So our perception of that then would be what?
The what? What would the perception of that be?
A new perception.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And for me, what I would see as a new perception of that is, first of all, not to see anybody in it as a victim. I'm sorry. Nobody's a victim. Nobody's a victim. Now that's the difference between hardcore, I'm ready to get off it, have my life healed right now truth, and still needing it at a slower pace, which is okay too. You understand what I'm saying? It's like what everybody's gonna realize one day, sooner or later, through their own experiences, that they truly are this powerful creator that's creating their experience. So that means that whatever's going on in my life right now, I'm not trapped. I can have an incredibly wonderful experience. Whatever's happening in my life right now, I'm not trapped. It can be changed today. Whatever's happening in my life right now that's disturbing me right now, it can be changed today. Whatever's disturbing you right now, whatever's keeping you from living your life to the fullest right now, it can be changed today. Not next week, not after 10 more books, not after 100 more seminars, today. Everything that's making you feel unhappy can be changed today, today, today. And so what is it that makes that disturbing? Because I can't figure out how I can make it happen today. So when you say that, I can't believe it, because I think it's up to me now to make everything turn out all right today. And you're at that level of consciousness now where the universe is just asking you to entertain the idea that you could be helped. Just entertain the idea that you don't have to do everything by yourself on your own trying to figure it out. Just kind of entertain that thought. That if everybody you knew left you, you could still be taken care of, and you could still be loved, and you would still have other people come love you. As a matter of fact, one day, the happiest moment in your life will be when somebody arrives, and the happiest moment in your life will be when they leave. They're both going to be equal. You're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad to see you, and you'll be I'm so glad they go. But see, I don't want to believe somebody would be happy for me to be gone. My ego doesn't want to accept that. But really, that's the most loving way they could feel about you being gone, is if they feel happy about it. That's the most innocent parting you can have with somebody, is when they're happy that you are gone. And you're happy that they're gone, because you know you've had this incredible experience that's eternal, that'll never end, and you've learned all you can from each other this time, and the whole relationship was whole and complete. There wasn't anything missing in it. There wasn't anything lacking in it. It was what it was, and you're so glad that you had that relationship. And you're so thankful that now you're having the opportunity to have something even better. And you love them so much, you hope and pray that they have the same experience of connecting with something or somebody even better to them than you were. That's how you show them you love. I love you so much, I want your happiness to increase.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's how I can tell when I've finally seen relationships correctly. And until I actually feel that way, I know I'm still in a learning curve, and I give myself a break. Because I know I can't pull that off in every situation, because I still believe in loss. And it's only when you believe in loss that you go through the pain of separation. Because if you really know the truth, you know that you never lose anybody in reality, that we're more than these bodies. So there's not anybody you think that you love that's ever died, left this plane that is still not existing. They're very much existing. They're existing as much as you are existing right now. They're just in another room. And you can still talk to them if you want to, unless you got the belief that they don't exist anymore because they died. And so you don't see them anymore, and you wonder why. You think they died. So a resurrection is you remembering that nobody you love has ever died. That is bringing them back to life in your mind.
I just got it. That the change in perception is that they're not bodies, that they're spirit, and one with you, and they will they will live forever.
That's the perception that'll definitely make you feel less depressed. My sister made a transition in a house fire last February. My sister doesn't exist. She died in a house fire. My sister is a spiritual being who no longer needed that body because she had completed what she needed to learn on the earth, and she left and still exists, but she no longer has the body that I was familiar with. It's no longer here. Which one of those perceptions you think make me feel better?
Yes.
The one that the world gives?
No.
Oh, she just died tragically in the house fire and she doesn't exist anymore, she's just ashes. And have a nice day. Or the one that tells me she's an unlimited spiritual being that was having a human experience, and then she learned what she needed to learn in this experience at this time and went on to something even greater, and she still exists because she's a child of God, and nothing that God creates is temporary or can die, because it's what's eternal, and what's eternal means it don't die. It might change form, might change appearance, but it doesn't die. See, the truth always makes you feel better. That's how you can tell we're not telling ourselves the truth, because there's too many unhappy people in the world. There's no way that we could be hearing the truth and everybody be this miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come on now. You know, I know you might think you have a few good moments, so that don't apply to you, but I'm talking about look at the big picture, not your personal ego. Get outside my own myopic vision of what reality is. What happened is you'll see that you're surrounded by lots of people who are just as real as you are, who are trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do. And that you don't really know who they are, what they really think. All you really know is what you've been projecting on everybody around you. All you really know about anybody is what you think about them and what your reaction to them is. I went, whoa, hold up now. So if you really want to have some idea of who the people are around you, start asking them questions. And then also encouraging them to communicate with you without you attacking them for what they say, so that you can see what they really think, because people won't tell you what they really think if they think they're going to be attacked by you. So if at all possible, even if you're about to explode, when you're hearing what they say, just try to breathe and tell yourself, I'm the source of my experience. I am feeling disturbed. What is it in me that needs to be healed? Not attack them so that they can say what they need to say. And since you didn't attack them, they actually feel safer about telling you even more of what they really think and what they really do and how they really are. So you actually end up knowing more about the person than you'll ever know when you attack them for telling you the truth about what they feel. And be prepared for the people that show up in your life that give you more love than you think you deserve. Beware of the people who are going to show up in your life who give you more love than you think you deserve. Beware of the people who are about to show up in your life who give you more love than you think you deserve. Because when you walk up on somebody who's giving you more love than you think you deserve, your ego's first instinct, your instinct will be to not trust them. I'll say it again. When somebody shows up in your experience that's capable of giving you more love than you think you're capable of giving them, and they seem nicer than you even think you are, they will frighten you because you'll wonder if you can trust them, because you can't almost even imagine anybody being the way they are and being for real. See, you've probably been used to being the one who's the kind one who's trying to work with the people who sometimes seem like they're not so kind. You've been the one who's had to be the most loving for sometimes the people who seem like they weren't that loving, and you were the one who was trying to be the compassionate one. You've been used to it kind of like coming from you out to your experience, to the people you think you're trying to help. What's about to happen now is that you're about to meet something that's greater than you, that's trying to love you the way you've been trying to love them. And your first instinct will be to not trust them because they are more loving than you can imagine yourself being. I need a hug. I need a hug.
Poor Purdy.
But you know something? That is the correct response. We didn't process anything. She just said, "You want a hug?" Sometimes the words are just excuses not to give people the love right now. That's why you want to talk about it. That's really just a little bit more extra time for me to wait to give you my love.
Yeah.
I just need a little bit more time before I love you and let the love come through again. Let's talk about it.
So the hug was that?
So the hug was a direct answer to the call.
Oh, okay.
The hug was perfect.
I don't know how to. I don't know it.
That's okay. That's what I'm saying. If it's love, it's effortless. Loving someone is effortless. Loving someone is effortless. What's not love takes effort. What's not love takes effort. Love doesn't take any effort. That's how you can tell the difference between the two. Now, if we're working on our relationship, it's not love yet. That's not a crime. There's nothing to feel bad about. Actually, it should make you feel better. Because at least you know you got the goal and you're doing it. You're moving toward it.
Bless you.
All right, one last time. Those who are able to do it. Are you noticing, some of y'all noticing that you feel a little weary? Anybody here feeling a little weary?
Me.
Yeah. It's like that old ego concept of ourselves. When we hear the truth like this, the Course says it immobilizes us. It's like freezes us. The truth freezes us and it wearies us because we know the jig is up. That the love we've been trying to deny ourselves is here now. So here we go. Take a breath, please. Think one more time of anything that you thought was disturbing you in any way. That's what I want you to just, and wallow in it. Let yourself feel it. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. It's okay to feel your feelings. All of your feelings are innocent. All your feelings are innocent. All your feelings are permissible. All of your feelings are permissible. All of your feelings are permissible. Don't just try to always focus on the best dressed ones. You can feel all your feelings in here. I want you to feel all your feelings in here. You don't have to feel happy. You don't have to feel happy in here. You don't have to feel excited in here. You don't even have to feel like you believe it. You're free. You're safe. You're safe. You got it? So tell yourself, I am the source of my experience.
I am the source of my experience.
Would someone yell that out?
I am the source of my experience.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Shit.
I am the source of my experience.
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 I am feeling disturbed. I am feeling disturbed. I am feeling disturbed.
I am feeling disturbed.
I am feeling disturbed.
I am feeling disturbed.
What is it in me that needs to be healed? What is it in me that needs to be healed? Let's say it. What is it in me that needs to be healed? What is it in me that needs to be healed? Yeah, what is it in me? Let's play. Needs to be healed. Yeah, what is it in me that needs to be healed? I'm loving and lovable. 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 And hit it one more time. Zippity doo dah, zippity. Hey, smile at somebody. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine headed my way. Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. Would you give it up? I appreciate y'all. Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Next class. If you want a one-on-one session with me, that's those little orange sheets right there. Hugs are available. God bless you. You're such a blessing.